Thank you for watching this brief PSC Gen 2 mud floor waterproofing install for tiled showers. We will illustrate an example of a 3260 or smaller center drain installation. Trace an approximate 4-inch outline on the floor for your drainage plumbing and cut out with a jigsaw or other appropriate tool. The 6-inch base of the drain flange will need full support at the subfloor. Trim and set a piece of steel reinforcing lath to fit your space. Be sure to leave at least a 6-inch diameter area free around the drain opening for your drain flange to seat directly onto the subfloor. Test fit your drain flange to ensure proper connection to your 2-inch PVC or ABS plumbing pipe. It must properly connect while fully seating to the base of the subfloor. After a satisfactory test fit, use the appropriate PVC or ABS glue products to permanently bond the 2-inch pipe into the drain flange outlet. Plan your quick pitch stick layout by overlaying a stick from each corner of your space to the center of the drain flange. For measuring purposes, place the smallest end of the stick in the corner or wall furthest away from the flange, and you should avoid distances of more than 24 to 30 inches between sticks, so most average showers should employ 8 sticks total, with at least 1 stick centered between 2 corners. Very large showers will need additional sticks. Large showers and showers with offset drain locations will also need available extension sticks. Where each stick meets the drain flange, mark the place on the stick where it will need to be cut for that particular radial. The cut mark should line up with the edge of the flange. After cutting each stick to proper length for a snug fit between the flange and the wall or corner, the sticks will be reversed. That is, you actually install them so the notch on the small end fits under the drain flange, while the cut portion of the stick will touch the wall or corner. Although a snug fit is all that is required, some installers who have time will optionally glue or screw the sticks into place for additional security. These high contrast mock-up photos show the stick to flange interface. On rectangular floors or floors with offset drains, the sticks will vary in length and respective height where they meet the wall or corner. Some installers will either snap a horizontal line around the perimeter from where the longest stick meets its corner, or use a level as shown in this video. Shorter stick runs can then be shimmed up to the line or level point as shown in this example. Although shimming is not absolutely necessary since minimum slope is correct in every direction, it can allow for easier and better looking tiling work. After all shim work and final positioning of pitch sticks is complete, it's time to pack the floor with a dry pack mortar mix. Most installers use a mix of 4 or 5 parts sand to 1 part Portland cement. You don't want to use mixes that include gravel or other additives. You should thoroughly mix a small batch with just enough water so that you can form a snowball in your hand, but one that can be easily crumbled as shown. Dump your completed mix into a section of the shower floor, then start your next batch. Continue dumping batches into separate quadrants of your floor. When you believe you have combined and dumped enough dry pack mix, you may start packing the mortar floor. Any excess mix can be scraped out of the shower area, or additional mix may be added toward the end. Use a trowel or straight edge to start moving and packing the mortar mix into the floor. Focus first on firm packing and general shape. At the end, you'll use a straight edge for final slope smoothing. Spend time carefully packing and forcing mortar mix under the drain flange. When properly packed, the ribbed underside and built-in grooves will allow the flange to securely seat into the concrete floor without any additional adhesive. When floor packing is complete with an allowance for a slight excess of mortar mix on top, begin the final screed using the slope sticks as a guide. Use a square stick as shown, or any other straight edge like a level, to work a smooth slope between each section of pitch sticks. The straight edge only needs to be long enough to bridge the widest span between 2 pitch sticks. Once the final screed is complete, mist or sprinkle additional water over the top of the floor and carefully complete a final surface finish with a trowel or flat tool. Be careful not to disturb or distort your slopes. Do not use too much water or you'll cause your dry pack mix to collapse or slump out. When properly completed, the pitch sticks may be slightly visible from the top view. However, they should never stick up proud of the surrounding concrete floor sections. After the dry pack mortar floor has hardened, begin the waterproof phase by applying 3/16 inch notched modified thin-set mortar into the corners and install the inside corner pieces. Force the corners squarely into place and push out excess thin set with a small trowel or straight edge. Long edges are addressed by measuring the proper length of 5-inch band membrane, folding it straight down the middle, then forcing squarely into the notched modified thin-set mortar. A handicap curb was used in this installation, but different types of curb installations will be shown in separate videos. As seen in this view, membrane band is installed in the vertical edge joints as well. If you run out of band membrane, you can cut your own from the large sheet. Measure and mark out a section for a piece cut from the large roll of WP membrane. Then work the area with 3/16-inch notched modified thin-set mortar. Then position the sheet into place and press into the mortar. You want to achieve 100% contact to the mortar with no air pockets, so work out the excess first with your hands and then with a straight edge. Repeat the process for all additional areas to be covered while observing a 2-inch overlap from section to section. After all the wall sections are completed, apply 3/16-inch notched modified thin-set mortar onto the pan, including the top fleeced portion of the drain flange. But do not yet apply thin-set mortar to the riser ring recess in the center of the flange. Using membrane that you have already cut and prepared, position membrane into the mortar on the floor and apply the same techniques to seat into place. Using a sharp razor knife, carefully trim the unbonded membrane from the flange's riser bowl area. Double check the membrane's secure bond where you've cut. Whether you build a curb with 2x4s and concrete board, or formed concrete, or foam, it will need to be wrapped with the waterproof membrane as shown in this example. Curb runs that are longer than the width of the membrane will need a standard 2-inch overlap when adding the additional piece. Conventional curbs should get an outside corner at adjacent wall locations. Position the riser and threaded ring into the bottom pocket of the drain flange. Thread the riser up and down to meet the height of your tile and then check to ensure that it's flush. With a small tool, apply high-quality modified thin-set mortar into the pocket of the drain flange and all around the riser. Notice how the riser ring assembly can be slightly moved horizontally and even tilted for any final last-minute adjustments. Be sure to make a final check on all sides of the riser to ensure a perfect installation. You may wait for the thin-set mortar to harden first, or you may begin carefully tiling if you're able to do so without disturbing your waterproof installation. If you would like additional detailed instruction, please visit our other shower and tub installation videos.